Swensen's is an international chain of ice cream restaurants that started in 1948. Thank you for your suggestion.
Welcome to Swensen's wonderful world of ice cream. Here at Swensen's, we make our ice cream daily using the finest ingredients, so we know it's fresh. We offer over 40 different ice cream flavors to choose from. At Swensen's, we'll keep everyone happy with their favorite ice cream creation. We love making ice cream for people who love ice cream. Visit Swensen's in University Square. We're still America's favorite old-fashioned ice cream parlor.
The love for ice cream and his dream to open an ice cream parlor came to Earle Swensen while serving aboard a U.S. naval troop transport in the Pacific during World War II. He ended up repairing an old ice cream maker on board, and his love for the frozen stuff was born. Swensen spent his days on the vessel, often under sweltering heat. Before long, Swensen found himself serving scoops of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream to the Navy ship crew. The Navy's support of ice cream went as far as turning a barge into a $1 million floating ice cream parlor to service its crews. It could produce a mind-blowing 10 gallons of ice cream every 7 minutes. The war ended, but Swensen's love of making ice cream remained. He eventually found an escape from his deputy tax assessor job in San Francisco when an ice cream store became available at the corner of Union and Hyde Streets along the cable car tracks in Russian Hill in San Francisco. The original location is at 1999 Hyde Street in San Francisco. The ice cream machine there could only make one can at a time, and there was only one dispensing cabinet. Earle and his wife Nora took their life savings of $750 and a loan of $5,000 and opened See Us Freeze Ice Cream in 1948. Earle would eventually change the name to his surname. The Russian Hill shop opened with neo-Tiffany lamps, marble-top tables, and oak floors. The ice cream was made with real vanilla and fresh strawberries. The original store sold ice cream and other frozen dessert specialties, such as sundaes and banana splits, with primarily takeout service. The business was slow-moving at first. Swensen split his time working at the assessor's office while his father-in-law helped run the store during the day. At night, Swensen ran back to his ice cream parlor to work on his recipes after listening to customer feedback. Although vanilla was his lifelong favorite, he developed more than 150 flavors, which he marketed under the motto, "Good as Father used to make." He ended up quitting his city job altogether to sell ice cream full-time. With business slow at first, Mr. Swensen tried something new. He solicited comments from customers and began to tailor his recipes to their requests. The result was a steady stream of unique and distinctive flavors: butterscotch marble, coconut pineapple, pumpkin, rum raisin, licorice, eggnog, apple strudel, chocolate peanut butter cup, and dill pickle. Dill pickle? Eventually, local families made their regular visits to Swensen's, and with its success, Swensen decided to grow his ice cream business into a franchise in 1964. Swensen's franchisers would go through a one-week training course. The franchisers purchased a franchise, they came to San Francisco, made ice cream under his supervision for 1 week, and then that was it. They were cut loose. That was part of the agreement of franchising out. The people that purchased these franchises all came to the store and learned how to make the ice cream. Later, other Swensen's franchisees added indoor seating and offered various types of food, including sandwiches and hamburgers. In 1967, the San Francisco Chronicle nicknamed Swensen Mr. Ice Cream, a moniker given because of his former Fisherman's Wharf store at North Point Shopping Center, which was known to sell thousands of scoops every day. In 1973, Swensen celebrated its 25th anniversary, and Earle Swensen was at that time the head of a $4 million ice cream empire. There were 3 Swensen shops in San Francisco, 19 around the Bay Area, and 32 other locations around the U.S. They would reach their peak of 400 to 500 Swensen franchises across the U.S. as well as overseas. Swensen sold the rights to franchise Swensen's ice cream factories and restaurants to William Meyer and investors in 1982, but retained exclusive rights in San Francisco and continued to operate his own original store. Swensen's vision soon became lost to corporate greed. Many of the franchise locations were sold to an individual who gamed the system and forced franchisees to buy ice cream from a plant. Swensen himself had prided himself on making his own ice cream, not buying from a generic plant. Under new management, the company expanded to 400 stores, mostly franchise locations, by the 1980s. The ice cream brand would appear in the 1985 movie The Goonies as part of the product placement in the freezer where Chunk finds pints of ice cream. It also would appear in the 1985 film Commando starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Swensen store can be glimpsed in the mall sequence scene of the movie. However, in the 1990s, it would contract to over 200 locations before being acquired and expanding again. Over the years, all of the U.S. franchise locations would eventually close, and there are some 350 Swensens still across the world in 9 countries. The Swensen family retained control over the San Francisco location, using the same ice cream making techniques as he did when he opened the store. When Swensen passed away from a heart attack in 1996 at the age of 83, Richard Campana had already spent the last 37 years working at his store and would gain ownership 2 years later in 1998 when Swensen's daughter sold him the business. In 2022, the last franchise location closed in Coral Gables, Florida after 44 years, leaving the San Francisco store as the last Swensens in the country. So what do you remember about this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.
Bringing back memories from the good old days. That's super cool, man.